Man, what is happening, my YouTube family? Of course, it is your boy B New. I'm coming at you on this Thursday. And first and foremost, as always, want to send out positive vibrations and blessings to anybody who could be listening. Now, with all that being said, we all know that the Los Angeles Lakers were in action on yesterday, taking on none other than the Chicago Bulls. And we got so much to get into because by now we all know that the news has been reported that LeBron James will not be playing tonight on the second night of a back-to-back against the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are currently #1 in the Western Conference. And as we know by now, the Lakers have been 1-4 since winning the in-season tournament and have taken a turn for the worse. The Lakers, I kept saying, when they get back whole, they're going to be a problem. But the Lakers are getting back whole and actually have been playing worse. And we're going to get into why I think that is here in just a moment. But I do want to talk about tonight's matchup. And I also want to talk about yesterday's horrible game that the Lakers played. And my apologies for not being around for the past week. Your boy has been under the weather, so I wasn't able feeling up to doing any videos, and I also had to work during that time. So I've been struggling to get through, but I'm feeling back at 100%. So now I'm back and better than ever, and I'm going to be back tomorrow to break down tonight's game, as you know, against the Minnesota Timberwolves. But first, let me get into that travesty yesterday by Darvon Ham. I'm so tired of Darvon Ham, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. First and foremost, man, there was a question presented to LeBron James in the locker room last night when he was talking about all the different frustrations that the Lakers was having. And then I know he mentioned, they said, well, what can we do about this? And what can we do about the Lakers being able to get better on the fly while not having any practice time, while getting back whole and getting different lineups and changes? And LeBron James said, hey, that's not on me, which is not, I just come to play. And ultimately, you know, he does have some say, as we all know, because he's going to put his input throughout the game. But ultimately, we know it's not LeBron James's decisions on who to put out there as a lineup. And we know LeBron James alluded to what that happened at the end of the third quarter is, of course, Darvon Ham, with the lead of 6, mind you, with 4 minutes left in the third quarter, decides to take out not only LeBron James, but take out Anthony Davis as well. Now, we know a couple of times during the season this has been the case, and the Lakers didn't do terribly bad, but didn't do so well. But on this occasion, it was worse because the Lakers, Darvon Ham, did not put out a center. How can you go out and play small ball against a team that has first Vujacic, and then they inserted in Andre Drummond? So now you out here playing with a small ball without a team who has no center. How in the world, please explain to me, how in the world you expect to get a rebound? How do you expect to stop somebody in the paint? So during this stretch, of course, the Lakers were only down by 6 with 4.5 minutes left when Darvon Ham decided to put in this lineup of, listen to me now, Gabe Vincent, Rui Hachimura, Austin Reeves, Taurean Prince, and Vanderbilt. So first of all, we know Vanderbilt in the outside threat. Prince was playing a good game on yesterday. I think he shot 4 threes and made yesterday. 4 out of 6 or 4 out of 7. Shot the ball pretty well. We'll get into that in a second as well. Hachimura, who's been kind of up and down because he hasn't had the minutes to be consistent. And of course, Gabe Vincent on his first night back in a while on a minutes restriction. That's who do you decide to try out there. And LeBron James alluded to that and said, hey, we just got to learn. But he kind of threw a little, I don't know if it was a subtle jab at Ham, because he said, we had a lineup out there that we had not had out there all year, which we didn't. So why the hell are you throwing in a lineup that you haven't had out there all year, that you haven't even practiced with? How much sense did that make? It made me wonder, was Darvon Ham trying to make me lose my money? Because when the Lakers went down and they had the Lakers plus 10, of course I took it, thinking the Lakers going to get back in this game and damn near probably win it. If not, only lose by a little bit, and bling-a-ling-a chain swinger, I'm going to go ahead and get some bread and have some extra money in my Christmas stocking. But hell no, the Lakers couldn't do it because Darvon Ham put in such a garbage lineup. Man, Darvon Ham, you trash. And if I had to lay the blame at the feet of anybody, it would have to be that of Darvon Ham for trotting out that lineup. And I'm not saying that's what gave away the game. But another thing I want to get into is that of D'Lo. Man, D'Angelo Russell has been looking terrible as of late. And I've been saying it all season. So go back and check the record on every show and check out what I said before the season. When we signed D'Angelo Russell for them $30 million, I said, man, we could have got Schröder for 10. Now tell me Schröder didn't play better than D'Lo in all of the playoffs and regular season on last year when they picked up D'Lo at the trade line. Yes, he did. Schröder, who has a more familiarity with Anthony Davis and LeBron James because he played with him not only last season, but in another season when they actually went to the playoffs before AD got hurt in Phoenix. We know that. And we know that Dennis Schröder is a much better on-the-ball defender. D'Angelo Russell can defend to save his life. He said before the season he had really worked on that and was going to be a much better defender. But he looks so lackadaisical out there because he's probably upset that LeBron James is the majority ball handler of the team. And that's just the way it is, man. If you're going to play with him, that's what it is. So get used to it. You shouldn't be nothing but a spot-up shooter anyway, D'Angelo Russell. You can't make no shot off the dribble. Every time you dribble and try to pull up, it's a brick. Clang, clang. You sorry. Through the month of December, 8 points a game, 38% a game, and 3-point percentage, 26% a game, which is opposite of what you did in November, 42% from three. So what is going on with D'Angelo Russell? I've been saying that he's not athletic enough to probe a defense, to get downhill, and to create for others. Time and time again, he gets into the lane and gets his crap swatted out of there and doesn't make the right decision and turns the ball over, and he can't handle the ball like Austin Reeves when he is creating for himself, drawing contact, getting to the rim. And we see Austin Reeves continue to be scoring over 20 a game off the bench. I know Darvon Ham put Austin Reeves on the bench a while back ago and to try to put a shot in the arm, and Austin Reeves accepted their role as doing well. But it's time to put Austin Reeves back in the starting lineup. And if you're going to bench anybody, bench D'Angelo Russell. And if you're going to take out anybody, take out Cam Reddish, although I love what Cam Reddish does on the wings. Taurean Prince and Cam Reddish are great wing defenders. They just have to be more consistent from three. Taurean Prince was hitting threes yesterday. Cam Reddish had an okay game, but at the end of the day, they're not as consistent as they need to be from three. And they get a lot of wide open looks because LeBron James and Anthony Davis draw a lot of attention. So hit the damn open shot, but you can't. But then, of course, Darvon Ham in the first quarter trots out the same lineup with D'Lo, Cam Reddish, Taurean Prince, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, and every time they get into a hole in the first quarter. Well, damn it, why do you keep playing that same lineup if every time in the first quarter you get into a 10 or 12-point hole that you got to work your way out of, but then the second unit along with LeBron James bring you back in the second quarter? When Austin Reeves and LeBron come in and they play well together, they bring you back. So it is already known that Austin Reeves, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis is the real big three of the Lakers. D'Angelo Russell needs to be traded ASAP. I've been saying it. I don't think he's trade eligible until January the 15th. But at that point, who even going to want him now because of how terrible he's playing? Maybe he's trying to play terrible just so he can stay in L.A. because he loves sunshine and Hollywood and little broads. I don't know, but he needs to get it together. I'm going to tell you that right now, because if not, he needs to find his arse down on the end of that bench because the boy is trash, hot garbage. I've been telling y'all that. And for Darvon Ham, you did it in the first quarter. You went down. The second quarter, you came back. You tied it up. Actually went up by 2, if I'm not mistaken. Then you go in the half, you're only down by 3 or 4. And then I had looked at my son. I told him while we was watching the game, I said, son, in the third quarter, Darvon Ham going to put out that same lineup that he started in the first quarter, and how they got that 12 to 14-point deficit. He going to end up with the same deficit in the third quarter, and that's exactly what happened. Although D'Lo did play decent in the first part of the third quarter, I'm not putting it all on D'Lo. The Lakers did have a lack of energy and effort. We did see that. Anthony Davis is not playing as consistent as he needs to be. He did kind of tweak the ankle. I'm a little bit worried about that tonight because LeBron already not playing on the second night of a back-to-back. AD wasn't looking too good on that ankle yesterday. Now, that's probably going to swell up a little bit, and have mercy if AD don't play. The Lakers really don't have a shot tonight. Meanwhile, the Clippers done won 9 or 10 in a row, and they looking pretty good, and they beating teams even with Paul George sitting, so they steadily handling business. The James Harden experiment is working out well. Too bad the Lakers couldn't pull off a trade like that and get somebody like a James Harden who is an actual threat from the outside who can hit threes and score. I'm telling y'all right now, the Clippers looking good, and I ain't trying to abandon ship. I think the Lakers can still mend this, but at the same token, this is a lot of things that affected the Lakers. Rui Hachimura being hurt multiple times during the season, so he hasn't been able to get into a consistent rhythm. Vanderbilt missing most of the early season, so him not being able to contend and be a starter, who I think he should be a starter. And if I had my choice, I had LeBron James and Austin Reeves running that backcourt, put Vando and AD in that front court, and let Hachimura run that 3 spot, or either Cam Reddish or Taurean Prince. You understand me? Then now you got a lineup who can consistently score, break down defenses, and get the ball passed around. But instead, you got Darvon Ham. I'm going to go ham on you, Darvon, if you don't get this shit together. I'm tired of you. I'm sick of it, Darvon. Now you got to get yourself together because it just don't make any sense to continue to play like this. And the Lakers, we all know, everybody seen them pop champagne for the in-season tournament, and that pissed off a lot of teams more than likely. And they said, you know what, who they're coming gunning, you better start running, and they're going to get the best out of every team they face. And it doesn't get any easier for the Los Angeles Lakers because next up on the schedule is Minnesota tonight. And then you know the Lakers got to go against OKC shortly thereafter. And then home for Christmas Day against Boston. None of that looked good. I don't feel like the Lakers can win this game tonight in Minnesota without LeBron. They may surprise me. Maybe some of the role players will start to step up. Maybe that can happen. I'm thinking the game against OKC on Saturday night, if LeBron James is back and feeling healthy, that's a game that they can win. But I'm telling you right now, SGA, man, hey, top 5 in the league, man. Shouts out to SGA, the boy code. I don't think he particularly cares for LeBron since LeBron blocked his little shot in the All-Star game. He's taking exception to that. We all do know he is great friends with Chris Paul, who is a friend of LeBron James, but who knows? But SGA, man, he is the truth, and he going to be coming, gunning, proving a point, and that OKC crowd is going to be ruckus. They fighting for that number 1 and 2 spot up there with Minnesota. So great to see all this young talent like an Anthony Edwards in Minnesota and the SGA and OKC leading the charge. The Lakers cannot simply afford to turn it on and off because the Western Conference is thirsty, man. You can't do that like they did last year. Oh, it's the playoff time. Now it's time to play hard, back against the wall basketball. LeBron James cannot carry the Lakers the way he continues to do. If you look at it on yesterday and you look at the stats of three-point shooting, the Lakers are doing a poor job on running them off the three-point line. The Lakers shot 12 out of 37, a mere 32% from three, 18 out of 34, 53% for the Chicago Bulls. That is not going to cut it. And then you look at somebody like LeBron James on yesterday. At this age, 10 out of 18, 57%, 1 out of 3, 33% from threes. Made all 4 of his 3 throws, by the way. Had 10 rebounds. What was he? One assist shy of the triple dub. 10 rebounds, 25 points, 9 assists. What more can be said? Then you look at Anthony Davis, a mere 7 out of 15. He has to get more shots. I want Anthony Davis taking 22 to 24 shots a game at least and be the presence that you are. You can't let Vujacic and Andre Drummond go out and play and have a better game than you, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis with 19 points. And then if you take a look at Vujacic, he had 13. And then if you probably add what Drummond added with it, another 12, there you go. Both of them together outplayed Anthony Davis, and they did what they had to do. And I'm not saying the Chicago Bulls is a bad team. They turned it on as of yet. I know they was talking about blowing it up for a minute, but you're talking about a Chicago Bulls team on last night who was missing DeMar DeRozan. Who was missing Zach LaVine. And they still won. So no excuses, Lakers. No excuses. Because if you look up and you see those standings, you see a lot of people creeping while you're sleeping. And if you take a good look, let me pull up these Western Conference standings right now. You had the Los Angeles Lakers holding on at the 8th spot, even though Houston is at 9 with 12 losses. The Lakers have 1 more loss, but 2 more victories, which keeps them there. You know Phoenix is coming up behind you. You know Golden State is coming up behind you. We saw Ja come back the other night. He might pull a miracle out the hat. There's still a lot of season left to be played. So Pelicans are being consistent. The Western Conference is loaded, man. Minnesota, OKC, Denver, the Clippers have moved up to the 4th spot just like that when they was in no man's land. Shouts out to Ty Lue. I do got to say this about coaching, man. If the Lakers could have ever paid money for Ty Lue or for any other coach, that might would have been best. But this what y'all give LeBron. Why he got to have Luke Walton as a coach? Somebody he done dunked on. Why he got to have Darvon Ham as a coach? Somebody he done dunked on. When Kobe and Mike had Phil, this is what LeBron got to deal with. Spoelstra probably the best coach he ever had, man. But I'm not. Man, let me get off that high horse, man. Game tonight, Lakers probably lose. They'll be 15 and 14. They'll probably move down to the 9th or 10th spot, man. It is what it is. It's a long season. They'll get it together. I still got faith in them. I still think in order for them to win a championship this year, though, they have to get rid of D-Lo. Let LeBron run the point like he did the year that they won the championship. I know he's older now, but he can still, he initiates most of the offense anyway. even if somebody else brings it up court, LeBron James needs to be initiating all the offense. LeBron James and Austin Reeves need to be initiating all the offense at all times for the Los Angeles Lakers. That way they can make good decisions in pick and roll, get Anthony Davis the ball, and find open shooters. And that's enough said, man. I ain't finna get into the game tonight, man, because it ain't too much to break down. We know what the Minnesota Timberwolves are capable of. Let's just hope the Lakers can pull a miracle. I'm just mad the Lakers lost me a lot of bread on yesterday, but I know y'all haters happy. But anyway, I'm still going to be good because I'm a rizz to the tizz. So anyway, man, it's been your boy B New. I'm saying right on to the real, and much love to y'all haters. I'm out.